and welcome to Iowa. And I got to say thank you for the book. I just got mine in the mail, so appreciate that. I think a lot of people here now.
Did you read it?
Not yet. I just got it, but I'm looking forward to cracking it open and taking a look.
Well, you know, people talk about all the things that are wrong. But I say you have to have a plan. And I'm the only guy that really has a plan. But it's logical because I've been doing this all my life. I should have a plan.
Well, and I'm looking forward to reading that book and seeing what that plan is. Your business success has certainly been extraordinary, and I know that's what you're referencing, and I'm looking forward to learning more about your plan for our country too. But I want to switch gears a little bit. You opened up your speech with talking about the life issue, and that is something that is really important to the people here in this room. Could you talk a little bit about where your commitment to protecting innocent life comes from and what you would do about that as
To
president?
protecting what?
Innocent human life.
Oh my goodness. Do you realize that I come from Michigan, which is probably now the worst state in the union? Do you understand what has happened in Michigan? They just passed a law that says that at 40 weeks, you can kill a child. At 40 weeks. My son is here. He was born at 38 weeks. My two boys, other boys, were born at 38 weeks. And let's face it, there's nothing in this world that gives you the joy from your children. They're our whole future. Don't you think we ought to do something about it? I think it's time. Wait, I mean, this is a very important point. Because you know, they always try to nail us. I say, let's stop all this nonsense. Let's go and ask them. Do they think it's reasonable to murder a child at 38, 39, 40 weeks? And that is the legislation they passed. And I say, let's stop all this and let's go on the offensive on this subject. Because, you know, I admit I am extremely religious. Jesus Christ is a huge part of my life. But I would think that anyone who's just loves humanity would realize that this is a disaster. So let's stand up for ourselves. Let's not let them push us around. What do you say?
Welcome to Iowa. I actually gave my book to my middle son. Is there any chance I can get another one?
No, absolutely not.
No,
Let's see that he gets a book.
no, it's a pleasure to have you here. And this religious liberty and this culture war that's being waged by the woke left is a primary concern, I know, for everyone in this room. What would your presidency do to combat the woke left and to stand up for religious liberty?
Well, first of all, you realize the First Amendment always protects us. It's supposed to always protect us. You know that, right? But you also know that I addressed this whole issue when I wrote my book, 2 Cents to Save America. I'm not just talking about the fact that we need to do this in order to make sure that we can feed our family and live a reasonable life. I'm doing this because we have to go to the basic fabric of America. And that fabric of America has really gotten almost distorted because never before were we this nuts. Do you understand how wacko we are? We just passed a law in Michigan where someone who is 9 and 10 years old can choose to have transition therapy without the parents' approval. Now, how many people here want to move to Michigan? Think about how lucky you are here. So Iowa, when I'm in Iowa, they asked me earlier, when I was in Iowa, what did I think of it, when campaigning? It's like being in my hometown. I grew up in a town, about 10,000 people, Dalton, Illinois. That's when you could live in Illinois and not feel like you were a communist. The reality is that it's so wonderful because, you know, I can talk to people, they're down to earth, you sit there, you realize they have the same values you have, and it's so wonderful to go out there and to visit with these people and meet them face to face. It warms my heart. And when I go in and talk about my values, I can talk about my values and I can almost have tears in my eyes when I realize how phenomenal it is and how welcoming everyone is. Because there is no place on the planet where you have people as warm-hearted as you will find in the state of Iowa.
And if you were up here with me, he's got tears in his eyes. Sir, you're going to be fun to follow on this trail. I think our time is up, and we'll come to the Hawkeye State. Look forward to seeing you.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, and I wanted to ask you. I wanted to say that I think DeSantis is making a huge mistake by not coming here. And I just don't understand it. But to each his own. In the meantime, going to Iowa has been a ball. I love it, and I will see each and every one of you. Enjoy life.